bleeding out. That was probably one that was fighting this morning, I heard over there. He's fighting another buck. And this thing stuff slipping into the draw. Video best I could, but I had a bruiser 8-point come in down this draw where that buck ran yesterday and was dying, and he come walking down this draw, and I shot at him the first shot, and I missed and hit a tree. He was down deep in that draw, and then he ran right back up to the top of the draw there, and I don't know if I got the shot on film or not, but I think he hit him a little far back where the liver is. The shot's about 40, 45 yards. But I seen the air pass straight through. And he didn't go very far. He went maybe about 30 yards. And he stopped over there. And he's sick. And I think I just seen him lay down. But he looks like he's, I don't know how wide, but he looked really wide. Believe this? I've never had this happen to me in my life. Hopefully he's over there going to expire on me. And I've got 2 bruisers in 2 days on public land. Oh, thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. I cannot believe this. I was just imagining, what if I seen a dandy buck this morning, Am I going to go ahead and buck myself out? And I said, yeah. I said, I'll go ahead and fill my buck tags. Still got 4 doe tags. And that way I can get the camera and go with my friends and film them and do different things. So, but if he's over there laying down, I'm going to give him at least 2, 3, 4 hours. Oh my gosh, nice 8. He looks real wide. Beautiful buck. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the one. I looked through my binoculars over here, but couldn't see. But I saw 2 bucks over here squaring off and fighting each other. And it was really loud and 15 steps, somewhere around there. Could have been a little closer. But he ran down into the drainage ditch, and then he ran right up on this old logging road and fell over, and this is where he expired. I slipped down out of the stand last night and just made my way back to camp and decided to come and get him in the morning. So while I was here in the morning, I went ahead and I found him this morning. And I said, well, I'm going to let him lay. I'm going to hunt, till about 8 o'clock or 8:30 or so. And so I went back and got my climbing stand. And about 7:20 or so, actually starting at about, I guess probably right at 7 o'clock, just after daylight, I had a spike come in. And I was hearing some fighting going on, some heavy horns hitting. I thought that gum tree had fell. I heard a whole bunch of thrashing at about 200 yards away. And I was like, man. And then I heard the clacking noise, and I said, man, those are 2 bucks fighting. And you could just hear the echoing through the woods. And they seemed like they were moving about 50, 60 yards each time. And so they started getting closer, and they got within about 100 yards of me out here, and I could see their bodies through the thicket, but I couldn't make out how big they were. And I'm sitting there looking at them. And during that same time, I had a spike come in, walked all underneath me, and then I had a 3-point come in and come and check up my mock scrape. And I was hearing this fighting all at the same time. And those bucks hardly would even leave me, This buck's laying down here, about 45 yards from my stand. And then at about 7:30, I looked down at the drainage ditch, and I heard something walking, and here comes another nice 8-point. And it walked right down that drainage ditch. And it got down and opened. I'm trying to get my camera set for it, and the deer walked right out of my camera frame. And I pulled back, and I shot, and you hear me hit a tree. And I smacked the tree. And then the deer ran up the drainage ditch and got on top of the little levee, and it's standing there. And so I said, well, I ain't got nothing to lose. So I pulled back and used my 40-yard pin, and I shot, and I hit it. And the deer ran over there probably 25 more yards from where I shot it, and it just stood there forever, and it was hunkered up, and it wasn't feeling good at all. And it was just standing there. So I'm pretty sure, I think it laid down. It disappeared on me. I couldn't see through binoculars no more, but I think it might have laid down over there, and it's a really nice 8-point. And if I got him first time in 34 years of my life, I'd do something like this. This is kind of a lifetime dream for people. I will be bucked out in Arkansas, and I did it within 24 hours. But he is a nice one. I don't know how big he is, but he is a sweet, sweet buck. Very nice. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? He's at least I want to say he's about 130 inch at least. That's 130 inches. Because he's got such good mass. Look at the eye guards on him. Beautiful buck. And that's a 9-point. The other 8-point I shot, he's just as wide as this. He might even be a little wider. But he was a really nice buck too. So, right here in Arkansas, I've got to go get some help and get him out of here. I'm going to let that other buck lay for a little while, and then I'll go over there and check that out and see if I can find him. But right now, I got to get him out. So awesome! I ain't never had a hunt like this. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. Is it doing it?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I did it. This is 2 bucks in about 12 hours or so. We just recovered this one that I shot this morning on video, and we also recovered that nice 9-point that I killed. Been over here hunting on public land here in Arkansas, and we went back, looked at the footage, and we realized it was a good shot. Hit him from the back side over here, and it went through, but it come out right here, and it had part of his lung. It took a while for the deer to die because we went back in there to try to find him after about 2.5 hours, and we jumped him up, and I was able to, shoot at him again, and I hit him, but the arrow only went in about that deep because it hit a whole bunch of limbs going to him, and after that, he went off,
and then he laid down again, and we walked up, and he jumped up again and ran out there about 80 yards and stopped, and that's when we decided to pull back because we thought he'd laid down again. Anyway, we got in there looking for him here just a few minutes ago, and we was making circles in there. We couldn't find any blood whatsoever, and finally I walked out on a logging road there, and I looked over to my left, and he was laying there. So I got Pope and Young number 2. I am tagged out for the year for bucks, so all I can do is kill does and take my wife hunting. So that's what I'm going to concentrate on. But here in Arkansas, and the old Hoyt did it again, and I'm really tickled. I've never had this in 34 years of my life. I've been bow hunting, and I would have never dreamed I could have pulled this off. So hope to be able to show you all the videos here soon, and check out Gibbs Archery gear at www.gibbsarchery.com, and check out our products that we make, and they'll help you harvest deer like this.